peripheral computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Holy shit, guys. I am so fucking excited for today's stream. There has been so much waiting, so much anticipation. I have had this entire week to digest the idea of what we're going to be doing today, and then like just every single day I've sort of just been like looking at my watch. I don't own a watch. I've been looking at my computer thinking, I lied to you, I don't own a watch, I'm so sorry. I've been looking at my computer, I've been setting calendar dates and like setting time, just constantly thinking, oh my god, I cannot wait to get to this day just to do what we're doing today. Whew, let's jump into it. I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit jittery, because it's a strict HeroForge. This is it's a thing I know what to do here, so I just want to do it. If you guys want, it's something that I've implemented into the chat. You know what? First, let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into a little bit of this. A little bit of this. Hi, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys haven't seen by the title, there's two new functions you guys can do. Now, just by watching the stream, you guys will be getting gold pieces. That is the token you guys will be receiving. So I believe that's every 5 minutes you guys will be receiving, I believe, 1 gold piece. And then, of course, every 5 minutes you get that. If you're active in the chat, which I encourage you, but you don't have to, you will get 2 gold pieces per 5 minutes if you're active in the chat. And then I believe if you subscribe, you get a few more as well, and etc, etc, etc. The bigger it is, the more you do. Now, what do they go towards? Well, that's something that's going to be in a bit of a works. All these gold pieces will unlock sound effects and hopefully some emotes for you guys to be able to use. I think I'll start base sound effects so you can get an accumulative amount of these gold pieces, and then you can spend all your gold at this tavern, at this stream. You can spend your gold pieces and you'll get yourself like a sound effect that you can play, a little bit more customization, or maybe some permissions as well. So we'll have a little look about what they do, what that entails, but I think I like the gold pieces idea. It's like so cool. Chat will be here. If you want to chat will be here. But I thought I'd just introduce you. Got a nice little light. I got Grogu, and we've got our. I get confused. It's reversed how the camera is. We got our little Game Boy, and right now we've got one of my amazing friends, Brad, and his emote that's in there. Enjoying the chat as always. Enjoying the stream. So today we're jumping into HeroForge. We've got a bunch of creations that have been submitted, I've stolen, and I've just been like, I'm going to do a review on these. So we've got a few of those that we're touching upon. And then I've also picked out some additional ones from r/Reddit, r/HeroForge. That is smart. Is that smarter? I don't know. I got to do the wrong angle. My left is your right. That's smart. That is smarter. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Let's get, let's have a little look at this. I'm just going to make the chat a little bit bigger. Look at me, I'm ready. Let's make the chat font just a little bit bigger on this one, just because we got a bit of a bigger text box. Sorry, Yeez My Gum, I got rid of your messages. Thank you so much for joining. I love you so much. Feel free to spam some more just to check out the size of the chat. Maybe there's some incentive. Hey, you're being active, you're going to get some gold pieces. Killer. So I suppose we'll jump straight into it. Rude. It's a bit bigger. Look at that. It's yeah, it's better. Is it big enough though? Is it big enough? Gold, absolutely. Is it big enough? I don't know if I'm satisfied with that size. It's not a bad size. I can read it. I mean, I can read it over here where the actual chat is. I don't actually have to read it from my source. All right, get that dosh, get that dosh. So yeah, if you guys want to try, you can try command. So that's your shift 1, so exclamation mark points, and you will see how many points you have. And you can also do exclamation mark battle and then someone else's username, and you can. It's a minimum of 10 gold pieces, but you can put in how much you want. So battle and then 10 points, and then if you win, I do believe you get maybe like half of what they get or something like that. I'm sure you guys will have fun with it. But you can battle out for gold pieces as well. Why not? Are you serious? Absolutely pog. Absolutely. Holy shit. Yes. Guys, welcome to the chat. Reese, welcome to the chat. I love you so much. Okay, Boomer. You're going to love today's episode with a bit of Grappos. And then we got Robbie. Sheesh. We're gonna fucking enjoy today's fucking stream. I assume, like, how do you do on the phone? Like, I assume it's just in the same chat. It's just like exclamation mark points. Just give them a try, see if it works. Bro, what is this? This is Big Best stream. We're gonna be doing some shit. I want some gold. Guys, I hope it works. I set this up today. If it doesn't work, it's not working. It might not be working. At least the points might not be working. I think, are we even 5 minutes into the stream? It's going to give you it every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. Stream's been up for a bit. I think you have to be watching for 5 minutes for it to go. Suffice to say, too much to display already. I can't do it. I gotta get them gold pieces. As soon as I mention gold pieces, everyone's like, gotta get gold pieces. Hopefully Grogu can get some gold pieces today. He'll be here for most of the stream until I get completely hot. But he'll be here also reviewing all your submissions. So guys, let's jump into it. At some point in this chat, I am going to... Look at this, everyone is orange. Can I make you not orange and you be individuals? We'll see. But I'll look at the points. Hopefully you guys get gold pieces. I've synced it up, so if it doesn't work, me be mad. But we'll see. Let's jump into today's stream. So, we're going to transition and we're going to throw it to our broadcasters. It's me. I'm the broadcaster man. All right, fuck yes. So this is just the base model. We don't have anything special here. Chat looks so small there, but I hope you guys can see. I'm not seeing it very well, but I hope you guys on your screens you're able to see chat. Hopefully that's big enough. And I've got chat over here so I can see where you guys are speaking anyway. If it doesn't work, you owe us 1 million points. Shit. We'll see. We'll fucking see. And it's not points, it's gold. Gold pieces, man. That currency. It's what gets you far in life. Those gold pieces. Alright, if you guys are watching our, whether that's on your desktop or whether you're watching on your phone or whatever you're watching it on, if the chat is too small, because of course I'm always trying to optimize this and figure out how to make this work and shit. If it's not working for you, just let me know and I'll rearrange the chat and everything. That's, you know, I'll do it. Okay, so, and also let me know if the music's alright. I think I'll turn down the music just a little bit. I'll turn it down for me. Oh my god, I'm overexposed. Adjust, please. Adjust. So I'm not... There you go. Alright, so I've opened it up because I wanted these to be a surprise. I didn't want to just open it up on some random one. Let's jump into it. So, we'll go from the most recent one that I collected all the way to the end. Let's start off with a man who doesn't need an introduction. At least I don't think he does. He makes his own introductions. And I'm pretty sure they're pretty... I don't know where I'm going with this. He's a man. And I think that's all you need to know, okay? Don't question it from there. I want to be rich with gold pieces. You will be rich with gold pieces. You just have to watch. I hope. I'm making promises. I'm hoping they're going to be fulfilled. Alright, let's start with the man. The man. There's no other man like the man. We have the hand. Brought to you by J-Dogs. He's a man. Guys, it's the 21st century. He's the man. Alright, let's... I mean, first of all, this is... I love him. He's the man. But this goes back to like a stream or two ago that I was talking about. This jumpsuit is like this like outfit here. It's like the go-to outfit. You put it on and you're like, yeah, I don't need to wear it. Druid or fighter, rogue. That is the outfit to wear. I'm gonna be poor. This I just can't see it. Bruh, hand's a bitch. Whoa, okay. Don't bring it up with me. Bring it up with the hand. You know? You tell him that. I don't want to get in the middle between you and the hand. I don't want to lose a... No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be poor with this too. I can just see it. Yeah, you'll start racking in gold pieces and then you're like... But the aim will be to like... give you guys some perks. You know, you guys can like put those gold pieces towards like some cool shit. Bruh, elderly slug Albaraz. Absolutely. But it's the hand, man. He's a refined gentleman. I do really like the axe here. The colors are amazing. Just like, it's very quick, simple. Not quick, simple, but like, the design is very like, sometimes when you try to make things overly complicated when it comes to like colors, it just doesn't come through. It looks really overdone. Sometimes you really do need to just keep it simple. And I can see it, but you guys can't. Let's jump there. I'm going to start sending you links to my HeroForge creations instead of photos. Absolutely. Absolutely. Send some in. What I might do is I might create a Discord server at some point for like submissions for like HeroForge, and then maybe some stuff for Animal Crossing. Maybe like a poll as well on like what games you'd like to see me play. I might put like a list of games down that you guys might just be interested in watching while also being in chat as well. Because I did play Diablo yesterday, Diablo 3. It was so fun. But does it inspire the crowd? Who knows? I had some watches, but does it inspire the crowd? We'll see. If you guys like it, then I can continue playing it. We're playing a Witch Doctor, which was fucking amazing. But let's jump into this right now. So we got the hand, aggressive, bold. He looks like Mr. Clean. I like it. No dirt at all. No dirt on the forehead, no rugged look. He's a clean man. His clothes are all rugged. Not his head, though. That's Mr. Clean right there. Thank you, Jaden, for giving us a white Mr. Clean. Color coordination, again, this is something that if you like overthink, then it can be good like with detail, but like again, like the unison in color, like a mercenary and stuff like that, you only really need that one color, or at least that one color scheme, and it's there's enough variety and hints of like that green as well, and blues, or that slight purple touch as well from the shadow. That's really nice. Arrow, quiver, like it. The wood here is like interesting, like with the arrow. I got a lot of tabs open for the HeroForge character, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit janky. Fuck. The wood is interesting. Why? I feel like that color of the wood makes it look a little bit fake. Yeah, gruff and dirt. Just to like spice them up. It's honestly just that it's the details, that texture. And that's what I did with Barbados, because he's an Earth Ganassi. You can't put, like, they don't have faces and stuff that allow you to put dirt, but they do have the decals, so you put some texture on. He is too clean. Maybe he's that good, guys. Maybe he's that good of a killer. Or maybe he's a man. Guys, he's a man. He takes care of his personal hygiene. He goes to bars, he gets himself done, like his nails immaculate, underneath those gloves. Everything is immaculate. You think his skill is killing? No, it's just how clean he is. He's a man of hygiene. Quiver's nice as well. It's nice to have like the quiver be the same as the armor, sort of, because it's like, it's all unison, but it's also like, I've come from this town, I've come from this village, stuff, etc., etc. And then I also like, I don't think this is a normal leather color for the rope here, and I really do like that, because it's just like, again, simple, darker. It blends in with the wood as well, so it sort of just like, when you see it, it's just aesthetically pleasing. He's too clean, avoiding combat, bruh. You're not there for if the hand is in combat but you don't see it, was he really there? I don't know. I wasn't there. We got a nice little dagger on the side, which is perfect. I do like the sheath stuff at the moment. It's cool when it's open and it's on the side, because it's like, oh, that's a dagger, but I do like the sheath stuff. It makes more sense. But again, like I said, this armor plating is just so... I want to say it's so typical, Jade. It's typical, mate. No, it is good. It really is good. And that's the sort of thing with HeroForge that can be a little bit whoops, is that when they release new content, like they've released some new hoods and some new stuff that goes over your outfits, they're really good and they're really inspiring. But what it does is it gets that old stuff that was first set in place for the site, and it just makes it look so shit. Like all the old stuff used to have a place, but not anymore. Not anymore. It's sort of just like, the new stuff's in. So if they revamp the old stuff, that could be pretty cool. That could be pretty cool. So this is the hand. I like him. I don't have like a rating system at the moment. Should there be a rating system? Out of 5? Out of something? Let's give him let's do it like out of 10. We'll do a rating system out of 10. And it will be out of 10 bears. I mean, how could I have thought of that? We'll do out of 10 bears. The animal, not the animal. 1 out of 5? What? We'll do it out of 5. That's more simple. Let's give this man, I think the hand, let's give, like, the design and everything is very simple, sleek, but it's straight to the point as well. I'm going to give him a 3 out of 5 bears. I like the pose as well. 10 bears sounds dangerous, bruh. 10 bears, what can I say? Man, this light is choosing its moments to be like overexposing. I move around too much and it's like, can't handle that, man. Need to adjust to it. Need to adjust to you. Look at me. Hey, look at me. Now I stared right in it. Rate and top suggestion? Alright. Okay, cool. We'll give it a 3 out of 5 bears. And my suggestion would be... So I got 2 points for this. One is very biased, so you can kind of ignore it. And then I'll go with the other one. I think the first one, 3 bears is not as dangerous. Okay, Boomer. Yeah, it's not. But, okay, hang on. Pause. Time out. 3 bears? It's not dangerous? If I came across 1 bear, I'd be like, nah. Thanks. I came across fucking 3 bears, I'd be like, where the fuck am I? Okay, 3 out of 5 bears. The first point that I was going to make, which is bias, is the flooring. Now, just for pure aesthetic reasons, let me show you. We're going to stage, we're going to base. Now, the base is good to help tell a story. I've always done it to have little gags with the character. But what I genuinely like doing is just having a flat base. I give it a nice curved rim. And then in color, I'll go for the uniform black glossy. You guys can't see it on the right hand side, but I've clicked uniform black glossy. I'm trying to get used to the new layout that I've done here for the stream so you guys can see more of him. Just like that. And the reason why I do that is just because when you're like, I don't know, when you look at it, it just looks clean, aesthetically clean. The focus is the character, not what's on the ground, and it's not like one overwhelming piece. It's just a nice centerpiece, and that's kind of what I like to see. Again, that's a bias. If you have a lot of things on the ground, totally fine. And I do have some characters that do have stuff on the ground because I thought, hey, it's like an added side joke, or it really defines their characters, like they're sneaking around but they're stepping on a trap, sorry. I do like the effects on the base though when they're looking at them online. Yeah, it does give backstory for sure. I think I'm a sucker for role playing, so if I'm got my character, it's more about what I do rather than what you see. But you know, it also gives you potential. You know, if maybe there's something on the ground that was a flaw in them, but now it's not a flaw after some character development. So it's like, I like to keep it clean, and then you can add more stuff like that. Bet, absolutely. And then, of course, so that's the bias one, so you don't have to actually take them, you know, as like some serious fucking look at this shit. And then, yeah, I think I would add a little bit more dirt, a little bit of gruff. And I think with the hand, just because I know his personality a bit, I think would be like having his, like the facial expression is good. I think having him mid-combat as a stances can be so hard to do. But I think having him mid-combat as like a pulling back or hacking down, or whether it's like a block on the side, or whether he's got bow in one hand and he's like got the axe in the other and he's pushing both forward, like using all his might and all his weaponry. That could be cool as well. The gold standard when we try to bring in the tabletop sim? Absolutely, absolutely. I use colored rings around the base because it helps differentiate with online players. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So I would maybe, even jump into like the gloss section again. Like racing red. Yeah, okay. That's an idea. 100%. Never thought about that. Well, there you go. Reese K with the save. Maybe. I don't know. I like it full black, but it is actually a really good idea. Alright. So that's the hand. Let's move on from the hand. He's a man. Alright. We'll go back to this as sort of a base. Actually, you know what? We'll delete this one so we can just jump straight into the next one. Who do we have? By the way, I'm sort of looking at this with the side of my eye and I'm sort of seeing it in stream, so I'm sort of just trying to like close it. I'm looking away. All of these, like the submissions and stuff, except the ones that I've picked, I haven't looked at. I've done a quick copy of the link and but I haven't put effort into looking at them. So these are all blind reacts. May I add? We have Drum. And what else did you expect from Drum? If you know Drum. But if you don't, this is Drum. Guys. We have a man of many talents. I like the pirate outfit. I like the hat, the colors of the hat almost reminds me of Woody from Toy Story. And then, ooh. I like that. I like the color and like the shadows you see here in the axe. What the fuck is that on the floor? Well, Yzma, let me give you some insight. We have a... let me go down here because it's different on stream. Definitely a pirate. We've got a seahorse. Nearly forgot the word. Would have looked like a fucking idiot. We have a seahorse. And we have like a glowing shell. And then we got some pebbles on the floor as well. Or some like a rocks, more or less. On a deck. A man on a deck. Okay, I want to jump back to this. I really do like this. Sometimes it's very tempting to use gold in all your weaponry. I like it when it's subtle like this. I like the color differentiation between the dark here, but then the light here. Obviously showing like I don't know too much about blacksmithing, but when you are sharpening the edge on something, it's obviously going to be a bit of a lighter thing. Now let me just get chat and chat box. Let me bring you guys over here so you can see your messages a little bit better. I think. Hopefully that's good. If you guys can't see each other's messages, please let me know. Holy shit, like if you're like, music's too loud, I can't see the chat, just let me know, please, because I can make adjustments or I can do it for next time. I'm already still like trying to like move on from the fact that there may or may not be points. I'm like, come on, man. Help a brother out. Like, give these guys some gold. Gold, not points. Back to this boy. I like the shadows in the wrap for the leather wrapping down here. It does go like a leather wrap and then it comes up to what looks like solid wood. So I personally I would make that a bit of a different color because you got like this beautiful leather wrap and the shadows in there, and then you've got what the hell, the points aren't working. Man, I'm gonna have a word with Streamlabs. They're like, excuse me, I hope you'll be fixing yourself, because I got a bunch of people in chat that want to do some cool shit with gold pieces. It's on me. It's on me. I should have double checked. I should have tested it. Where was I? Here is good. You got this beautiful leather wrap, but then up here it is a different wood. I would have personally used a different color. Maybe it's a little bit darker, which would have made sense to the shadow that you've got from the wraps below. It's just that sort of finer detail. And then of course the silver is a pretty good silver just for both weapons. Which comes down here as well. And then with this, I do like the cream, do like the skin. I believe the eyes might be a little bit highlighted. I'm not too sure. They do have a little bit of a gloss there. I can go into color and can go into mix and see what has sort of been adjusted. Yeah, looks like the eyes have had, yeah, green, cool, rotate. Okay, no glow. I tend to try add a little bit of glow. The reason why is like if you're putting your... First of all, if you're taking photography of the miniature, it looks a little bit better because it really pops. It doesn't look too great on HeroForge because of course, like if you look at it, that looks a lot more natural than that, right? So you're like, well, I don't want that. You know, because here you can still see the shadow from the hat and everything, and it looks better. I would suggest always giving it a little bit of glow. I think when you've got like your mini on a board, it sort of just adds that, it just pops a little bit more. And it sort of doesn't just fade away, especially in those darker settings, which, I mean, could go against what you want anyway, because, you know, if you're in a dark setting, it's like, hey, my miniature is dark, that makes sense. But it just gives a little bit of pop. If you're creating a character that's like got a, like dark vision, or maybe like you get draconic eyes, lizard eyes, you could probably add a little bit of glow as well, because that would make sense given the, you know, the properties of what your character has. Drum. Alright, Drum. This one I'm going to give a 2 out of 5 bears. And this is what I would do. This is what I would change. The colors are good, but the texture makes it a little bit like it looks quite plastic. It's not very, that's not layered, but like you can see like the arms and the hat, it just looks very like quite plastic. And I think with the detail, it's good to try go into the color section and change it. You know, you've got like I'll pick out a color and I'll let you guys know what it is if you haven't already seen it. But you can almost go to like this advanced section. You can change the shadows, you can change the midtone, and you can change the highlights. Then you've got roughness, fuzz, opacity, transparent plastics. So you can change quite a few things as well. You can change to whether it has properties of metal, and you can change properties whether it's like skin as well. So I would play with the colors and go, okay, what can I do to make it look a little less, like as I said at the beginning, like Toy Story? But it is good. Like the whole formality of it is really cool. But yeah, add a little bit of texture. But I like it. Drum, absolutely. Fuck yes. Let's jump on to our next amazing hero. Oh, by the way, that beard. What a glorious beard. I wish, right? Those in the chat with a beard, say hell yeah, because it's a hard life. I thought I was doing something here, and then I got a casting where I had to shave. And then I had to start from number 1. Wasn't fun. Alright. We've jumped into Ray. Heck yeah! Robbie. Alright, this is Ray. This is Ray. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Alright. Let's have a look. Give us that catwalk. Big rip. Big rip to Ray or big rip to the beard? You see Ray and you're like, oh, big rip. Love it. This is... Hell yeah, go the Druid, fuck yeah. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know where it says it, and I don't know if it's 5e canonical when it comes to D&D, but I know it says that like Druids refrain from wearing metal. Biggest bullshit ever, because I love being a Druid wearing a bunch of jewelry. It makes sense. I mean, you can get creative with it. Careful calling John a pirate. Guys, Drum, not a pirate. Such a fucking pirate. The fuck was that outfit? He's a pirate. He's not a pirate. At least, if Scott's here, if Drum's here, he's not a pirate. Guys, he's a bit of a pirate. We jump to Ray. If it feels like, thank you for the warning though, Jaden. I don't want to get my ass beaten by a Drum. It'll happen. Just watch. Okay, let's jump into Ray. She's beautiful, she's bold. I love the shoes, like straight up. Like this is what I'm talking about with the texture, right? So you see like, they almost look a little bit metallic. They got nice shadow. Like the sole of the foot is something that is also worth taking into consideration. Because people just throw it as the same color as the shoe, but hey, maybe it's a bit muddier, dirtier. Thank you, Rokonovov EQ for the Voom today. Love those bots. Welcome to the chat. Hope you have an amazing time. And if you're not a bot, I'm sorry I completely offended you. But I know you're a bot, so. It's a bot that's going to get gold pieces. Hopefully. I'll have it by next time. I'll work on the stream. I'll make sure you guys get some gold pieces. And you know what? She looks a little blocky. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. It's very easy to make a character look blocky when you've got all of the same outfit and it's all relatively the same color. So it's like and I mean, we've got to do a check. We've got to do a check. I know I didn't do the check for the last two, so don't shame me for this. But if you've seen my video, we've got to make sure. Yeah. You guys can't see the scale, but the booty scale is up. So that's a approval right there. It can look a little bit blocky, and I think that's something to do with like the cape as well. You can get into like the finer advanced details with capes. She needs that dumpy. Guys. Robbie's right. She needs that dumpy. The capes can look, I always like, is that maybe like a, I'm not diagnosing myself, but I feel like that's just an ADHD trait now. I'm like, Anyway, so what I'm thinking about here, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's some bipolar quick shift in attitude. But she does need that dumpy. Everyone needs that dumpy. Everyone, not just she, he, they, everyone. They need that dumpy. Bring it in. Facial expression's a bit off. Look, yeah, there's a lot you can do. So, I mean, let's make some minor changes right now. I don't want to like change anything and sort of more or less impose that like what I'm doing is etc. etc. No, it's good. I think when you create a character, let me say this. When you create a character in HeroForge, even if you put like 5 minutes of effort into it, you're envisioning your character and there's a sense of passion and love that you put into that character. So I don't want to make any changes and be like, this is what I think she should look like. It's something that you, the creator, go back and go, I don't like that now that I've seen it again. I want to fix that. It's something that you should personally fix. But what I'll do is I'm just going to do a quick change or two. So she's casting a spell. She's looking at her staff. Her staff's sort of in the way. So we go, okay. What could we do here? And made sure the hand had his dumpy out. Okay, let's just change the facial expression just a touch. So she's looking at her staff right now, and she's got a spell slung on the side. So we're going to go into poses. We'll go into eyes. So right now she's looking straight at her staff. So it's like, okay, what does that mean? Perhaps we're a druid whose spells barely work, right? The spells barely work. So we're looking at the spell here, and our spell has finally worked. Maybe ease off the smile so it looks a little bit more like a shock. Bring up the jaw so it's not so much of like a, oh my god, it's a little bit like a almost shocked speechless. We'll add a touch of confused into there. Actually, no, maybe we'll get rid of that. Bring the smile back a little bit. Actually, no, let's get rid of that smile. Again, I like to really get into detail. Almost like a, did I really just cast that spell successfully? I've been relying on my wild shape this whole time, and I actually finally got to cast a spell. This isn't a shit on Ray. It more or less just like, I'm looking at the circumstances. So it could be that, or given that she's got the staff in front of her, I'm trying to think like if you're in Ray's shoes and you've got the staff in front of you and you were looking directly at it, that's kind of obscuring your view. So why would you do it? Perhaps she's staring at it and she's deadpan forward. Bring her eyes back up to how it was before. Because she's just confident. Like dead ass. Like she's like, no, I'm going to fuck your shit up. So we'll bring in a bit of the cocky. We'll bring down the R. Keep her mouth a little bit open. And look at that. You see the jawline a little bit better? It cuts down. That slight smirk means she looks like she's about to say something, but she isn't. She's confident. The eyebrow raise is just enough to pique your interest. And if you back out, you've got a confident spell slinger who's like, this stuff isn't obscuring me. It's what's going to beat the shit out of you. I sent you some links so I don't forget them. Send on Discord when it's up and running. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Once I go through these ones, I'll jump on the Discord and I'll link them up as well. We do have to get to Grappos. And maybe it might just be the start of Grappos. I know some of you are a little bit like, okay, who's Grappos? Why is he important? He is a part of a campaign that I did, and I don't want to alienate the audience and be like, oh, this is an inside joke. You know, this is only for those who get it. Grappos is a brothel owner, the best in town, because there's only one in town. And he's an amazing character that we did, so we can design him together. I'll throw out some characteristics and personality traits, and if you guys want to join in, feel free to like comment what you think he would, you know, look like in that sense. But let's go for Ray right now. So Ray, I would give a 2 out of 5 bears. I like the shoes, but I think what happens with the sort of like Drom is when you've got a texture such as this leafy texture here, it gives you a sense of, okay, this is what's going on. There's leafy vibes. Okay, cool. And then it drops down into like a completely different, I want to say, color palette, which is like, okay, it's not like you have to stay with one palette, but it almost looks like figurine-like. And then you drop down into like, oh, those looks like some really nice fucking boots with nice textures. Because like Jaden was saying before, it looks a little bit blocky, but I think that's just because all the curves and stuff on the chest and the pants are very like plastic straightforward. And then the shoes themselves are very nice, and the shadows give that curve, and it's like, oh, they look a little bit more real and robust. And then the spell as well can sort of make it look a little bit plastic as well. I know we're working with technically plastic, right? But I suppose the aim of the game is to try and make it as less. And then something I would do is, which takes forever, by the way, so if you're dedicated, holy shit, you can do this, is, but you know what, it can be easy. There are a few tips that I might be able to give in a separate video. And that's with the cape. I think capes don't just necessarily fall straight down depending on the pose. In this pose, she's slinging a spell, so maybe there's like a gust of wind that's just under her that's bringing the spell to life. So I would consider maneuvering the cape to have it like come out a bit, or maybe it's interfering with her hair. Maybe the hair is moving around a bit like that. I know you can't really advance just hair, but having the cape sort of move around could give some life, and stuff like that. So overall, really nice. Love her. Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure I saw a comment before. I bet she has a dude's voice. Dude, maybe she does. Maybe she does. Who knows? I wouldn't know. No, I wouldn't know. It's a sexy man's voice. Come on. You got to admit. Alright. Next up, who do we have? A white screen. Bring it. Load. Shared character has been deleted. What? Who got deleted? No way. Scandalous. Guys, who's trying to hide from me? Again, like I said, I posted these up. I didn't look at the names. They're gone. Alright. I got nothing. Scandalous. Scandalous. I say we're back to Ray. 10 out of 10. We'll jump to our next character. Restoring backup. Come on. Bring it in. This one I can see the name. This one we got Brox. Broxy. so there are so many things to comment on here. The turd monster himself. No bathroom in the Empire will be left unsoiled by this man. No, myth, no. Legend. If that's Robbie, I think he linked an old pose. Okay, maybe. I think I might have it then. And I'll go back into the Discord and do it. Okay, there's so much to love about this. So let's jump straight into it. First of all, again, this plays true to the whole like character, right? You see the shit on the floor, you already get a good laugh from it. Which the whole like playing with the smile and the banana, that's just a whole nother thing. He's becoming one of my favorites too, Yzma. So we've got a beautiful banana. We got this beautiful hunk of chunk smile looking at this banana. I mean, if you want to get technical, he's looking just off it. But maybe it's not about the banana. Maybe it's not about staring right at the banana. It's about achieving that he has it. And that's what matters, guys. Alright, we'll bring him over here. So first of all, again, my goodness. This is something that, Reese, you would know. Like, we've been talking about this a lot. And for those who have tuned into the stream as well. This top outfit, continuously used. Are you kidding me? It's so good. It's got so many layers, so much potential, and so many different parts of like here on the belt, and then here, and then these little dagger parts here. It's amazing. It really puts everything to shame. What I like about Brock's that's been done here is you can see that there is some clear manipulation with how the upper half of his body is quite big in comparison to his legs, which really does accentuate the creature part of the humanoid, right? It's disproportionate, but it makes sense. So it's that bigger upper half comparative to maybe like a more of a humanoid bottom half. So I really do like that. We've got some nice matching swords on the side. I really like this color here. I'm very biased towards it. I say biased towards a lot of things, but it's just because it's got nice, it's got the red, which is like, okay, but then the shadows and the black tinge that's in it almost makes it look like it's like it's been worn, and it's been worn, guys. It's been worn. It's been used. I fucking regret doing that. So it's nice. I like it. I like it. There you go. And then we've got the back here, a nice little sword on the side, just decked up with weapons. Man is ready. They need to belt part as a layer clothing option. I reckon so. 100%. Like having a belt, because like, I get it. Like, I think when you do the character, I'll do it with the cursor, not my hand. With the cursor, you've got like, that's where the cutoff is in terms of like the, obviously like between the pants and stuff, but like, I think they literally cut it like that. Like they cut them in half. So, and because it's like, it's computer generating the legs and it's computer generating the upper torso. So when you adjust the height of everything and make it bigger and larger, like they adjust proportionately. They don't adjust from the center, because of course you can do stuff like this, because if you increase the size of his chest, then it's also going to increase the size maybe of down here if it's all connected. But so I think that's why there's like a clear division there. So many D&D items are belt and it's hard to match sometimes. Yeah, and I think I agree with you. And I think something that also just bugs me is that like, depending on the outfit, you could have a really nice slimming top that comes down, and then you want to put a skirt on. And that skirt brims out a lot, like a quite thick band around the waist, and it just looks disproportionate. So if it could blend in better, that'd be nice. And of course, having some nice belts as well would be really cool. Best D&D character ever made? Robbie! Who could have made that? Is that a biased opinion, or is that an honest opinion? I think that's a bit of a biased opinion. It's pretty good. Okay, but in saying that, 4 out of 5 bears. Show us the hair. Does he have hair? He's got a hood. Can I take the hood off? 100% truth. Wait. Can I take the hood? Did you put hair underneath? Huh? Monkey. Guys, I don't know if that just turned a 4 out of 5 bears into a 5 out of 5 bears. 5 out of 5 bears just for their hair. Alright, 4 out of 5 bears for Brox. 5 out of 5 bears for their hair. This boy, is this Eugene over here? I like your cut, G. She. Fuck. And it's so slick as well. Look at that. He keeps that well. I'm crying, man. Fuck. He's good. The closer you get to that face. Oh my god, my eyes are stinging. I need Grogu to fix my eyes. Holy fucking shit. The closer you get to his face. Holy shit. Okay, it's unanimous. Chat decided. It's 4 out of 5 bears for Broxy. And 5 out of 5 for the hair. Hungry for banana. Here's the thing I would have made the change. So first of all, it's worth saying that the color from the color all around between the like the leather's material here, the metal how it works in conjunction with the metal that's also on the weapon, the different color for the pants, that's a big one. Not a lot of people consider that. Like, pants are a completely different item that you put on, so they're not necessarily going to be the same unless you're wearing a uniform, which also makes sense. Like if you're a knight or if you're a guard of some formality. But if you're just an adventurer, sort of doing your own thing, sort of independent individual, it makes sense to be a little bit more independent, unless you've got a get up that's like strictly all one piece for a reason, and those reasons are your own. But I do like it when you differentiate different pants. It makes sense, And then you've got these Shin Guards here as well, decked out in armor, but you're covered, right? The contrast between the shit and the banana. Are you kidding me? That's a before and after photo right there. The banana's the before, the shit is the after. Brox is just the middle. Broxy's just the middle, mate. He's the machine. He's the machine that turns A to B. I love that emote as well. Dude, that hairstyle alone. I'm really glad there was a reveal there. That couldn't have been better. I was like, the hood for me, like, I'm not a big fan of that particular hood, but hey, each to their own. But that reveal, you can definitely tell that he colored his clothes himself. Absolutely. With a crayon, mate. With a fucking crayon. But I do like it. The arm wrap itself, like the hand wrap here, is a bit of a different of a color. I have to give it to you. The pose, I'm really enjoying. It almost feels like Jack and Daxter. Right? You do this whole scene and you get the orb and he's like, da-da-da-da. He finally gets the orb. Or, you've got your Legend of Zelda as well, where, get the little Triforce and you're like, yay! Or like an item! A boomerang! This guy's like, a fucking banana, man. Love it. Holy shit. Okay. Broxy. Beautiful. Did I say what I would change? Maybe not. Damn, what would I change? Fuck. I think what you can do here is with a lot of ears, and maybe this has already been done, so please forgive me if you did do this and I'm just spitting out some bullshit. But I know with like ears and different parts of the skin, you can make the skin color a little bit lighter and a little bit darker depending on what you've already chosen. So like a brown to a light brown or dark brown. It just gives that little extra bit of detail. So maybe it's a little bit, maybe you're a bit of sun bitten on the tips of your ears. Something like that. With the chest as well, you can make it just that different bit of a color to invoke more shadows. I really like the fingernails, how they're this, I'll use the feet as an example. Bruh. I can't get away, I tried to zoom away from it, I couldn't. The fingernails and stuff like that give a really nice gritty, and you can almost see like underneath that nail, you got that slight tinge of red as well, which makes it a little bit more like, I don't know, not bloody, but like it just makes it feel a little bit more realistic, animalistic like. So I think I would work with shadows. I'd give him no, I wouldn't give him a new haircut. Fucking that haircut is just acer. Honestly, I really like this piece. I think from this point, it would be improved by just adding the small details here and there. And I think it's hard to say what those details are, because with HeroForge, like the HeroForge Premium that you can get, there are a lot of extra additives you can do with lighting, with like adding a second character, which you can also mold into your first character to sort of add new stuff as well. So I think like adding those extra details could be cool, like with armor and stuff. But I really do like where this is sitting. It's like, could be a really nice base for me to sort of start and sort of have, and then go through. Like when I did Barbados, I think I had about 5 iterations of him before I got to the final one, and it was just going over color and tinting. And I'll be honest, even though he is what he is, I'm afraid to have him printed out or whatever, because I feel like there's a change I would still make. But Brox, what an amazing intermission. We had a few, and submissions have been amazing so far, guys. They are like so incredible, and I think like just the fact that you do that and you put your love and passion into it, even if you don't feel like you're maybe as deep as what I'm saying and you don't put all your love and passion, it's still nice. And I feel like I'm fading out. Look at this. I've become let the light adjust. I move around too much. I'm gonna have to get a new light and a new webcam. Bear with me. Alright, that's Brox. Oh. Who's this boy? Who's this boy? Come on. Come on. It's Buruk. I put my essence into Broxy. I mean, it shows. It shows. It really does. Alright. Okay, what a mad flex. Start off with a bunch of gold under him. Okay, sure. Let's jump into Buruk. Now, cool, right? So let's look at an array of colors here. First of all, it's really refreshing to see a Dragonborn not be completely beefed up, right? You feel like you see a Dragonborn and you're like, you're gonna get these huge arms, this huge body build, and though it's cool, it's like, that's a bit typical. But you've got Brock over here, who's... pieces are working, Frenna. Are the gold pieces working? Oh, wait, he's good. He's gold. Oh, I thought you meant like the gold pieces were working. His gold pieces are working. Yeah, guys, sorry, he's ahead of you a little bit. What a Chad. So, okay, let's dive into him. First of all, he's done some interesting choice here with the pants. And well, why, right? So the pants here, I believe are tactical pants, but the way he's colored them have made it quite... Like you got this interesting ribbed effect for their pleasure. And he's sort of colored it so they look a little bit more noble-like, right? And you've got a belt. I mean, fuck, he already wins, right? Because he's got a belt. As a whole, let's do it. He looks very proud of himself, looking over his staff with that cheeky-ass smile. Look at that. I really do like the integration between the hair into here. It looks a lot like a mane. The eyes are amazing. I really like that glossy black. And he's gone for a choice not to have a draconic slit, but to have more of a humanoid open eye, which is quite interesting. Does that take away from the dragon? Not really, because you've got this almost volcano-like... not volcano, like like a black hole, right? That black hole orange ring around his eye, which is quite nice as well. And the gloss goes really well. You've got those used, well-kept teeth for the age. What a cheeky dragon, Boomer! You're onto it. And I do like this interesting detail that he's done here with at the very end. So you've got this like general, not shell, but scaly face, and then it goes straight into this almost glossy, decorated, perhaps polished. Looks like Brad. Brad, if you're watching. Okay, Boomer thinks that Buruk looks like you. Or that you look like Buruk. It's the hair. It's so the hair. Looks like Brad. Love that. So it's an interesting polished tips. Maybe this is something that's not talked about. I don't think a lot in D&D. Is you've got a range of characters that have horns. How do they look after their horns? Are they an older folk that have them cut off and then like a metal plate is put on them for decorative purposes? Do they polish it? Do they paint it like Buruk does here? Baruch's got some serious detail in his horns. Ask him about it next time. Yeah, ask him about it. But I love the eyes. I love the different the horns that go around the back and then of course go down his back, ripping through his clothes. That's something I think they need to work on as well, is adjusting for scales and stuff like that that go down clothes. Because at the moment it's just like, it just rips through and it's like, oh, okay. Is it really going to rip through the clothes? Or like, I can imagine Baruch, or at least a lot of other figures that have clothing like this, would compensate and maybe make rings in their clothes. Something like that. So you could like cut holes and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. We've got a book, we've got a pouch, we've got some amazing jewelry here. This is sort of another outfit that I think is commonly used. It's quite cool. I think it's like a necromancer set or something like that. And then of course we go down to his toesies. Nice black, different scale color, which is nice to see. It's like contrast, a little bit more hardened, which is awesome. Merchant turned warlock. After gaining his warlock powers, it awakened his draconic bloodline sorcery. Man, I like that. Jaden coming in with the backstory to it all. Like to see it. Like to see it. So tell me, where did the blunt come in? Spice? Spice rate? Guys, we got some spice? That's how he invokes his warlock powers. He takes a hit. Not takes a hit. I don't need those for that. He just takes a hit. And he's like, alright, I'm ready. That's my arcane focus. That's how I conjure all my spells. I mean, shooting fireballs from a cigar? That's a flex. Use it as your arcane focus. Just go... Like I know how to do that, right? Boom. Fireball. Baruch used to be heavy into dragonweed. Bruh. He still is, clearly. This is a modern uptake of him. And what I like here as well is you've got a crackling of spell energy here, which has been given a wooden flavor, right? So it doesn't look like the spell, it just looks like the staff, right? That's the design of the staff, custom made perhaps to encapsulate this orb that's in here. I really like that. I haven't seen that before. That's really cool. He smoked in his younger days, is given up for the most part now as he finds himself in more serious situations. There's always time for a little bit of dragon weed. But guys, check that out. And I can see that he's tried to go for like the coloration, like to keep the colors the same here. It's a little bit darker for the spell, but all in all, like to customize your stuff to make it a lot better. Yeah, okay. And the situation that he's in right now, at least the one I'm seeing, he's proud. He's got his money below him. Yeah, he went for a bigger staff. Absolutely. We're not compensating. We're Dragonborn. I like that. Nah, still hits it. Absolutely. Wouldn't you? You're fighting a bunch of dragons or zombies. You gotta kick back for a bit. Like, surely. What do you... Here's a question for chat. Your last D&D character or your current D&D character that you play. What does your character do to relax? Let me know. But we've got an amazing staff. So I like this. I'm gonna give Baruch a 3 out of 5 bears. I like the colors that he's chosen. I like that there's a bit of yellow here that matches up with the yellow. I like that. I mean, it juxtaposes or contrasts to what our other characters we've seen so far. He is quite colorful, right? It's not all synced, and it also goes quite in contrast as well to his dragonborn skin. So, you know, you look at it and you go, yeah, it delivers the sauce. Current delivery loves the sauce. Gotta deliver that sauce, bro. I'm like looking at my own webcam every 4 seconds. Wilma would definitely classically bake a cake to relax, but slowly eat all the batter. She's making it. Guys, we've had a hard day. Let me make you something. An hour later. What was I doing? Dinky would definitely have wine and cheese to relax. That sounds a little bit familiar, okay, Boomer? Sounds like you're playing to your strengths there. That sounds nice though. Sit back, some cheese, some wine. Absolutely. It sounds like a luxury. Absolutely. What do you need to get a 5? What's he need to get a 5? Good question. You know what? I've seen a lot of HeroForge creations that have all the lighting and stuff. So I'm going to take away that from my final judgment. Not that I've sort of been implementing that for the ones so far, but like it does make them a lot better. So you sort of got to imagine them without all the cool effects and lighting, right? What would I do to make him a bit better? Oh, that's a good question. For a warlock, or not for a warlock, but just from how I see it, I would create a little bit more of a unison in color. I do like that there's been a variation used here for like the pants and the belt and the top. I think the word I'm looking for is like synchronicity. I would have like a flavor throughout the entire, sort of in the entire outfit to really define the textures. And you know what? For D&D, it itself is a game of exaggeration. So I think I would even try bend his back a little bit more, try have the staff out a little bit more. I would try and make his position, his pose a little bit more like, exaggerated. Like, really, like, if he's proud, it shouldn't just be holding a staff and being like, hey, I'm proud. It should be reared back like, fuck yeah, look at all my gold. I would give a little bit more of an emphasis. And I think it sort of has the same effect that when you go, for instance, like if you've gone to the theater, like when you're on stage, at least in my experience, you really have to overact to a degree. Not super, but you have to overact because when you're on stage, you feel like an idiot and you're like, oh, what's going on? But then when you're in the audience and you're looking at it, it just looks like someone going, oh, what's going on? But if you were to just like act normal, like a normal human being, I suppose, and you were just to like talk normally, it translates very boring to the audience. And it's like, what the fuck is this? I barely see anything. So, and I think D&D has that as well, both in the role-playing aspect, and I think maybe in characters as well. Like, there needs to be this exaggeration, I think, of character. So that's what I would add. I would add a little bit more exaggeration to the pose, and maybe a synchronicity between the clothes. But that's just because I like everything being the same. Not the same, similar. You'll see if you've seen any of mine, they all wear the same, almost like warmth or cool, like the same palette of color. Loken has way too many relaxing hobbies. Well, the headshot. Give us some examples. What are some of these relaxing? Don't worry, this chat is PG. We can handle it. Raven likes to take random antique knickknacks apart when he has time. Sounds beautiful. Sounds like a good way to learn. My god, that light just hits me out of nowhere. Like, ah! It sounds peaceful. You know, taking things like a Rubik's Cube, just taking things apart, putting them together. I can relate to that. I vibe with that. Let's jump on to our next one. Now, the next 3 guys are quite special. These are the ones I've picked out from r/HeroForge. And then I'll go back and I believe we have some Discord suggestions as well. We have an updated Loken. Let's grab Loken. Absolutely, I'm still taking submissions. If you're watching Loken, let me copy this one for you. And you know what? We'll put Loken in first to complete the him. Where are we here? Bully those useless companions that journey with them comes to mind. Hey, if that's what makes them relax, that's something to think about, you know? That's something to think about. You know, is that healthy for you? Psych would absolutely go to taverns and mentally fuck with drunk guys. Hey, change things, man. I'll mess with you. Guys, we've got Loken. What a beefy boy. Guys, what a beefy boy. We got a little bit of, do I see a little bit of, drum influence here? A bit of a beefier drum, if you don't mind me saying. Holy shit. Alright, let's dive into this. First of all, it's been a while since I've seen this chestplate used. At least for me and for others. That looks fucking wicked, doesn't it? The blacks, the slight... Like, take a look, guys. You've got this... What a fucking chode. Bruh, give him some respect. Come on, don't just kill him like that. Don't just kill him straight out. Give him some love. Okay, check this out. He does look cool. So look, you got the purples, right? You've got a green that's under here, so nice shadowing in the terms of like different colorization. You've got these big side plates as well that sync up quite well, but then over here, you've almost got like this red pattern here. It's not too much. It's not too much. Between the purple, the green, and the red, kind of looks like a... It's inspiring me to do like a Zerg. Buzz Lightyear? Zerg? Sort of like an armor from there, right? So we've got a nice, like, demonic... Not demonic, but it almost has like that... Daedra. Skyrim players, we got some Daedra armor here. Sort of. It looks sort of like that. I really like the arm guards for that as well. They also really play along the same theme as the shoulder pads. I really do like that. We've got a fucking kick-ass, what I can only assume, enchanted purple sword in the background. Just chilling. Just chilling. Or a dagger. At a man of his size, that could be a dagger. We've got a, what I can only assume is a newly acquired beautiful spear. I have found this one difficult to personally color because you've got this bone, you've got like, so it's like, well, what color is this? Is it like the gum color? Is it a bone color? Is it like a bloody guts color? You know, that's cool. And then of course you got the tooth. It really does look Zerg-like. Is anyone feeling that? Zerg, Buzz Lightyear? You've got this black background. I honestly thought this was a butt cheek for a second, and that would have given a 5 out of 5. I'm so sorry, Loken. If that was his ass just out and about, that would have been a straight 5 out of 5. It's fucking hard to find something that matches a black dragon scale. It is. Yeah. Well, you know what? A well good job done. Words just came out there, but none of them were thought. None of them were thought out. Ivory bone of a gold dragon. It's pretty cool. Like the texture as well between the darker bits in here and the lighter bits out here really do work well with the plating, and it's different enough to make it feel like they look like they're in the same realm of armor, but they're not the same armor. And I think that's a difficult thing to make, because with a lot of these armor sets, they look very much the same. The chest looks like the pants look like the legs. You've got an armor piece, right? But here, they really do look different in terms of, oh, those are two different pieces of armor, colored the same, well colored the same, may I add. And so it's quite, you know, it gives that really like amazing sense of unity. Same with the feet. You've got this nice plating here that seems very like the... I know this is getting a very technical, but like not very technical, but I think just in my head, the way I explain things sometimes doesn't make sense, so I try to over-explain it. Hear me out. The sort of the downward arrows and the multiple layers of the feet make him look a little bit heavy. Let me know if you agree. Like, you've got this big chest plate. Almost think about like Master Chief, right? This big chest plate. Or maybe even think about like the characters from Halo Reach. You know, the big chest plate makes him look heavier, big bulkier character. So okay, you've got that. You've got the shoulder pads. Okay, that's weighing you down. That already makes him feel heavy. But then you've got these clunk shoes, which also make him feel heavy. But then also you've got that leg exposure there as well. So it looks a little bit more warrior-like. Like, you know, you got the pants, you're not completely covered. You still have that freedom of movement, which in my opinion makes it feel a little bit more realistic, right? You've got like, you know, you're not going to be completely decked out, because how are you going to move in that armor? Like a knight's armor, right? Like, how do you move in that? But in this one, you've got that flexibility. I try to see the realism in things. You know, ignoring obviously like the clipping and stuff, and it's like whatever. And I really like the red that's been exposed here, and I really like the brushed, I think it's like a bronze or a gold, just here as a nice detail. I like that. You know? Was this... Okay, so here's the thing. I try to always add story to my characters as well. And so here I'm seeing like a one piece, let's call it a skirt. It is what it is, right? Like this skirt. And then maybe Loken, he's too big. He's too big for that. So they have to cut it down the middle, add some material, plate it back up on the sides, making it bigger, making it fit. And so for that, it doesn't just add depth. It doesn't just add texture because you've got metal, then you've got cloth. It also adds a storyline. You know, you can have a fun story about like, yeah, I went to go get fitted in an armory, but they didn't have anything that fit me, so they had to remake something. They had to cut something up and make it bigger, which is nice. And you got it down the back as well, which is kind of amazing as well. Okay, so let's jump into this. Oh, and also the sword. The sword looks fucking amazing as well, right? They ran out of scales because he was too big. Too big. Not enough dragon. Not enough dragon, guys. Let's have a look. Doggo, thank you so much for throwing me your submissions. They look amazing. Let me copy these links and post them in. I hope it doesn't jump to them. Hope it doesn't. Oh, it's going to jump to them. We're still talking about this boy here. All right, let me do this. Let me do this. Hey guys, we're gonna just jump over real quick to our casters. I love this transition. I'm just gonna stick here for 2 secs because I'm gonna post these in because I really do like the idea of them being like a nice little surprise. And I'm still not done with Loken, so we'll just get these in. Bear with me. We'll do both him and we're gonna grab him as well. Thank you so much for submitting these as well, Reese. All right, and boom, let's get these guys in. Alright, awesome. Back over to you guys on the couch. It lags my screen. I love it. What are you gonna do? I love it. Okay, so let's talk about Loken for a bit. So here's what I like. I really like the armor. I'm gonna give Loken a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 beers. I really like the armor. I really like the unity between it. It's somehow, because of the texture of the armor, it feels like, though it's like the same color, it feels like they're all different pieces. They're all very unique. They're all been handpicked to create this function. So I'm going to go 4 out of 5 bears. Here's the things I would change. The texture on this here, I don't know if you guys can catch it. The wrapping is good, but this here is quite plasticky, in the sense that it just looks kind of out of place in terms of texture. It'd be nice to have a little bit more texture to that one as well, make it feel a little bit more real. Probably just a darker version would have done quite well. And what have we got here? So I would have just changed that, and I think giving him a bit of dirt as well from battle as well. Honestly, I think like going into decals and making a few changes there is really good. I do like the serious stature of him. I think the pose definitely, I mean, it's just a genuine, like it's a good pose for, I agree, Yasmin, he would look amazing printed. It's a good pose when you're creating the character, undoubtedly. My advice would be, when you're creating a character, throw them in the pose first, then put the armor on. It's very easy and temptatious. And I'm not saying this is the wrong thing to do. This is what I would just do in my eyes. It's very temptatious to create a character like this because you get to see the whole thing. You get to see the arms wrap around. You get to see the whole cape. You get to see the whole legs. You do get to really see the whole character. So it does look really good. It does look good. But then you sort of just left with this character model and it's like, okay, it's time to put him into a cool pose now. It is cool because you do get to see everything, and he's in sort of a neutral position, which is nice as well, because, you know, if you're just walking around the map, neutral position, but if you're in combat, he's also got everything sheathed out, and he's ready, and with those eyes and just that hairstyle, he really looks like he's ready to just face whatever's coming to him, and this man doesn't look like he's going to flinch. There's something about that I like as well, just the straight face, not much expression, but if you can see, I don't know if this was intentional or not, or if this just happened to be how the eyes were placed in this neutral position, but you can see the eyes are looking just up, right? Just up in this eye line here. This is just another piece of detail that I find fascinating. So the eye's just up. So you can imagine he's looking at someone just that bit taller than him, right? So look at his eye line. It's looking just a little bit up. So if you hit it on an angle, he could be taller, or he could be just taller or high in the sky, right? And he's looking just up, which tells me a few things. One, he doesn't give a shit. He's gonna fight the fight. Or number two, he's looking at something in the distance. Well, it sort of goes with number one, right? He's looking up and he's tired, he's exhausted, and this is barely a challenge to him. And he's like, time to fuck this up, I guess, because that's my job. Something menacing about a man that doesn't move. And he's got his head crooked to the side just that little bit, as if, like you can see he's a little bit relaxed in his stature. He doesn't look up and tight. His arm is big up and tight and like, ooh, but he looks a little bit relaxed, like he's got his weapons down, he's got them drawn. He's fucking ready. I like that. I like that. All right, let's jump into this boy. Bring him in. Load him up. Okay. 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 What the fuck? What is going on here? Okay. Holy shit. First of all, big boy. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Sister19 lol.online. Man, these bots are getting better and better. Legit thought it was a panda for first expression. He's called Big Boy Turtle. Okay, holy shit. I'm gonna go down immediately. So, that's cool. Fuck yeah, right? That's exactly right, Robbie. Ignore the stick. Hey, it's a stick. Holy shit. Okay, let's break this down. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, there are a few lessons here you're gonna have to teach me. Love the appreciation in the chat. What? Okay, I was gonna say ignore the stick. I was like, the man's got a stick up his ass. I thought you meant the trident. I didn't even notice the stick that was right up his old bungle. Shit, I can understand how you've done this now. That's really cool. Okay, this is something to take into consideration. I know earlier in this session, I did say making it realistic is good, but also take into consideration the things you can do by adjusting things unrealistically. So this is the pendant, what is it called? Like, just the flagpole, right? And so it's down here. Sure, it looks funny, but it's sort of something you can miss. Clearly, I fucking did. Big boops. But it creates this nice bib, right? This big torn piece of material that flows down the front. You've got these big shoulder blades, obviously worked a lot with the poncho. It's a flagpole, makes the front poncho look ridiculous without it. Hey, that's the thing though, like, it's not that he looks ridiculous without it, it's that he looks dope as fuck with it. Look at this. This big poncho, these big shoulders. So take into consideration, like, manipulating the shoulders. Like, when you first initially start a character and you start manipulating the upper torso and lower torso to make them look disproportionate and unrealistic, it can look a bit weird, but once you start throwing clothing on and doing stuff like that, really well done. And though this is a poncho here, it almost could be considered if recolored, if not that was the intention, because he's a turtle. You can almost imagine that being like that final layer of shell that the poncho is now wrapped around. So yeah, you could say that's the neck of the poncho, but it honestly just looks like the shell that he reels his head in and out of, which is pretty fucking cool as well. And I like that you've given him a bit of an extension as well here on the face, from what that would normally be a beard, but now it's more or less just an extra part of the shell, an extra part of the jaw. And those eyes are menacing. Look at those bad boys. Goes with all the cuts. And I know this is like a bone, a bone texture that goes on here, but the fact that you've placed it here really makes these cuts look bloody, makes it look, the nose look bloody, makes it look all like he's gone through some shit. And then you could almost just see a hint of what maybe his shell or at least underbelly looks like with this nice cream here as well. So it really goes to show like what a battle has done to him. Multiple battles. This ain't just one battle. This is a lifestyle. You know, how did he get from this soft texture? And you can even see that in turtles as well. And turtles as well. Like, you look at them and you see, like, this nice soft interior, and then that rough exterior that really shows the battles and the lifestyle that they've chosen. So that's amazing as well. And then I'm loving these hints of blue scales. Hello? I can't ignore that. Like, it's definitely an extension, right? So, like, it's not... Oh, okay, I see what you've done here. Are these extra arms? These look like extra arms here. To really puff out his sides. Make him look bigger, right? Maybe I'm wrong in that, but they look like multiple arms which have sort of puffed out the sides, sort of to give it like that more of a fatter look. Without... Okay, so this is why that's awesome. Because if you were just to make him really fat in that area, it might not do the outfit justice, but making it an extension using arms, that's really smart. I'm really liking these blue scales. They almost look futuristic, right? You know, is this the color of his original self? That's interesting. He's definitely been through some shit. It definitely looks like it. I like this almost like... I want to say like home turf colors that he has on his feet, on his sides here, on his shield. You know, that beautiful crest with those beautiful light blues just coming in. I really like that. He's hunched over as well. He's ready for battle. Or maybe that's just the weight of his, you know, that's the weight of his shell, which is quite big as well. Really well protected. I love the shoulders here, and I love where the head rests as well. It makes it look a lot more realistic. I really do like that. And look at his fat fucking arms here as well. They're big and bulky, but not because he's strong, but he probably is, but like, you know, you would assume either like his scales or his arms are thicker. What do we got? He's a very skinny under all that stuff. Everything has a bit of story. Has to do with killing his parents under the command of an evil god. Blood, Triton, and all. He's not meant to be skinny. Yeah. Well, look, even in saying that, like, you can definitely see the different textures of wearers and stuff like that that really add to that. Yeah. I really like that. So big that he's fallen off the fucking thing. Yeah. I really like that. Okay, wow. Wow. Wow, right? Guys, seriously, wow. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 5 bears. That sounds fair, right? 5 out of 5 bears. The colors are nice. The metals, you can definitely see it different. Like, the metal comes from here, is here, but that's, you know, it turns up here as well. You've got a lighter metal here that brings up here. I really like the undertones of blues that are played here, but then a different blue that's placed here. And it's also different from here and here. Adds a little bit more. You know, you've got these nice browns, which goes with these rogue blacks, which go with these beautiful, like, husk-like Eskimo browns that come around as well. I love the hints of blue. The trident, I would change. I would probably work around how I could make that a little bit something else, but that's just biasly my colors. I'm not a huge fan of the orange, but it's amazing. I love it. And the creative use of the pole here to create this poncho, to create a piece of clothing that wasn't originally in there. Come on. I really do like that. So I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5 bears. He's set the mark. He set the mark, boys. He would look amazing. And those eyes... Those are eyes you don't forget. You see them? Damn. I love that. That's amazing work. Let's go into your robbed wanderer. This is another amazing piece. Another amazing piece here. I love the shoulder pad here, the one shoulder pad. I always like it when someone has one shoulder pad rather than two. That's just amazing. I love the tattoos as well. You do see a lot of tattoos on people, but no, I think it's not a lot. People clothe people first and then they tattoo. I don't think the tattoos are often exposed. I really like that. Love the tattoo and the facial hair, the use of the facial hair here. And I believe what you've done as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but of course you've got this big scarf, and I think you've made his head a bit smaller here to really emphasize the size of the extended stuff, right? So like the big shoulder pad, the big scarf which comes down that wraps around here. Again, Reese, we all know this. This is like one of the most commonly used pants. They're just so cool because you get pants and you get a skirt, but it allows you to see those pants just underneath as well. I love the use of like the ropes here. It's like that looks like a very classic rope that you'd put on here and here. I love these sandals as well. Let me jump them down for you guys. Best pants. They're amazing pants. Here's something I would make a change to is the toes here. I'm going to see if I can show you guys. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm right. I know, right? He looks fucking amazing, OK Boomer. It sounds like I'm insulting you every time. I'm like, yeah, OK Boomer, thanks for contributing. They're amazing, they're amazing. Have a look at this though. This is what I would do a little bit of a change of. So I'm not too sure. I think medium deep 4 was used here. Okay, what if I go for something like this? Okay, so consider this, guys. If you would. So, you see there, the toenails are just light. Again, the small detail comes from this idea of travel. He's wearing thongs, he walks through a lot of different areas, traverses. Cool, right? What does that mean for his footwear? What does that mean for his feet and his hygiene? Maybe he's a clean person, so yeah. Classic skin colored nails, I forgot the color. Hey, it happens. But I would just add that little bit of dark right there. You can see how it makes a world of difference. It makes it just look that little bit more real. So I'm going to switch it there. See, look at that? See how it... I mean, it doesn't add the shadow because obviously that just goes there. But you see that? So there are 3 layers here to take into consideration, guys. There's the nail at the back. So is that clean? Is it dark? Is it dirty? Are they overgrown? That's up to you. Then you've got the front of the foot. Again, that could be a little bit more dirty. That looks better, just like that. And of course, you've got the foot itself that you can make darker as well. Obviously, just the general skin tone that you're going to have your color, your character, sorry. So you got the toes and then the nail. So you could really work something there and I think that's the finer detail that I really like. Speaking of things I like, I really like this hand position. Almost like a ticking clock, like look into my ticking clock. He's got this beautiful gem, just, you know, stare right into it. I really like that. I really like the bangles as well. And I'm a huge fucking fan of this hand position. Hello? Just resting. I really like again, I know this plays into the unrealism stuff, but it's something to consider. Like, you've got your sword coming down here, right? Use your imagination. It's like he's got a cape, so you can't see it cut through the body here. If I highlight it in this color, you see how it cuts through the body. Unfortunately, HeroForge just doesn't have the functionalities to sort of do this, but look at that. You know, how you hold your sword is a whole nother character choice. If it's on your side, it's classic. Maybe it's, you know, on an angle, which is like, that's how you can quickly draw it. Now, this is a warrior that looks like, at least to me, he's got confidence. Confidence enough to either have a fighting style of his own or one that's been trained to him specially, that he has the sword at his back. Maybe he doesn't reach for it like this and pull it out. Maybe he is left-handed and he pulls it out from the side, even though it's a bit of a longer sword. You know, what does that tell you about the character and his fighting style? Is the sword the last resort? Does he have any functionality or purpose to have it there? Fair enough. Hide behind the cape if needed. Yeah, like, and you can hide it behind the cape as well and sort of sheath it. But the way his arm is rested on it, with an almost flamboyant, not flamboyant, but relaxed, like, hand, it's like, this is a man that's comfortable with the line of work he's in. So I really like that. I'm going to be harsh on you. I gave you 5 out of 5 for your last one. I'm giving you a 4 out of 5 for this one. The small detail on the fingernails would have been sort of, that would have hit the mark there. But I think that's it. It's pretty close to 5 out of 5. Alright. We're going to jump into some ones now that I got from Reddit. Those are all our submissions. So guys, first and foremost, oh my god, my light's gone. Look at, actually, you know what? Let me test this out. Guys, do I look better without the light? It's alright. It's okay. Let's see. Buh. Sometimes it gets overexposed. I look better with without the light. I mean, this is a very unbiased. No light I can actually see. Let's do it. I tried to do it to make it more so I'd get light in my face, and it looked good before. It's mood lighting. It is. What if I do this? What if I send it backwards? Hey, that's not bad. Oh wow, I'm blinding my partner. I turn around, she's like, huh? Hello? I'm like, excuse me, I'm the one streaming here. Okay, how about that? How does that look? I think the camera is trying to really pick up as much light as possible. Yeah, not bad. So I forgive me if the light's a little bit, or if my camera's a little bit janky. I'll get a nice light to shine down on me so that the camera can pick it up. I also need a good webcam so that they can pick that up as well. Okay, guys, first and foremost, I have to say this. And I know it's corny, so just give me at least 2 minutes of your time. Fuck's sake. It actually really means the world to me that you guys are here. The fact that, like, I've only been streaming now for like a month. The fact that you guys are here, and for those who are in the chat that aren't chatting, that's totally fine. I'm so happy for you guys to lurk around and just watch and enjoy and hopefully get inspired by some of these amazing creations. Got the submissions, the desire to make this, it's actually fucking amazing. So I'm not trying to make like a whole scene of it and be like, oh guys, thank you, but like I'm genuinely like, thank you guys so much for just tuning in and hopefully continuing to tune in, because it's super fucking amazing. I promise I will get your gold pieces, because now I owe you guys 1 million gold pieces and I don't know how to pay it off. I've already racked up a $1 million debt. $1 million debt that I owe the chat. Fucking hell. Alright. Robed Wanderer, you're done. Guys, thank you so much for your submissions. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoy the next 3 that we go into. These are from r/HeroForge, and I do have the usernames here as well, just in case anyone looks back and is just like, you didn't give credit. I want to make sure I give credit. So I'll bring these up here. Beautiful. Okay. So first of all, let's have a look at this guy. This guy is a cultist. When I say guy, gender unknown. Load up for me, please. Now, before we go in, before the oohs and ahs, which is totally understandable, it's worth noting that the 3 that I have taken as examples have come from people that have HeroForge Pro, so there is lighting on these guys that you can't achieve by normal colorization, so do keep that in mind. But fuck me, look at this cultist, right? So there are a lot of things here that we're going to dive into, right? Let's have a look, let's do a little turn. Look at that face. Hello? Okay, there's so much to touch upon here. I'm going to go from top to bottom because holy shit. So first of all, ignore the greenish lighting. That's not color. Fuck. So here's my theory. I'm just going to throw theories out here because I genuinely have no idea how these guys have done it, but it's something that I'm so going to copy. This isn't a mask. I believe they have gotten an elvish-like face, so you can see the sharp cuts in the eyebrows, the defiant nose. They've given it a very cheery look, unrealistic and exaggerated, and then they've really opened the eyes. I think they've painted the face like a bronze or gold. They've painted the inside of their mouth like a black, so it looks hollow, because this isn't a mask, guys. And the eyes as well, but here's where I'm flipping my shit. If you look inside the eyes, I don't know if it's going to come up on stream, I'm like going in closer to where you guys can see. You can almost see the paint here inside the eye. And that's tripping me out, because if you were to just color the eye black to make it look a little bit more like sunken in, here's what I think they've done. I think they've colored it black and then made the eyes translucent plastic, so they're see-through. And I feel like you can't do that same with the mouth, so I'm kind of tripping balls as to how they did it, but I'm pretty sure they've just painted the mouth like an eclipse black, or a black that makes it look like it's shadowed, right? And the shadows are being helped by the hood as well, which is amazing. The way the shoulders have been, I believe it's the clavicle, how they've been positioned is more down. So these shoulder pads aren't coming out as they would normally, they're going down, which makes it look more ceremonial, a little bit more rustic, a little bit more, I suppose, cultist, right? And so they come straight down. Interesting. Okay. That almost looks like a very odd hood. Interesting, interesting. Okay. I don't know if having a hairpiece makes a hood compensate for that hairpiece. I don't think so. I think just if you put a hood on your character, a hood is a hood. I don't think it takes into consideration what kind of hair you have. We've got some decrepit arms, sunken in with a bunch of tattoos on the side, and the chest as well. That's a sunken in chest, like a decrepit chest with some tattoos. We've got some leather wraps here. We've got something happening here. Maybe they just missed the coloring here? I'm not too sure. But you can see, like, I think maybe multiple layers of wraps. Huh. I like the hand position. It's relaxed. I mean, when you look at this, you know their intention, right? You can see what's happening. It's nice and relaxed. It's holding the bloody dagger down. You've got two arms coming out here that look like a part of the armor. So those are obviously extra arms that have been placed into the character, which would start from up here, or start from here. And they've obviously like positioned those arms to go down the body, inside the body, rotated, and then nicely placed here. Obviously with some sort of hand piece to make it look like they're wrapped in the same leather. By the way, guys, this is the top tier shit you got to think about. The armwear here is wrapped in the same color leather as this color here, so it looks like one piece. That is different to that, or at least that is different to this. They're not the same piece with these hands poking through, so that's something to consider. They're the same metal as this, which, look at that. It just, the reflection of it bounces right off. It doesn't look fake. It just looks like this nice like between the two metals, they feel like, even though they're a different color, they're the same texture, which is really nice to see, which also reflects very similar up here. Also patterns, you see those nice runic patterns there. Works well with the decal on the side. Works well with the fucking tears. Hello. And that's another way that I know this is a face, because these tears can only be put on a face on the mask. So, and because like they're, I don't know if they're black or they look like green tears. Without the lighting, they might be black tears, but they do look green with the lighting. How cool is that? Now this, hello? Cthulhu alert? Cool as shit. Fucking exactly. So obviously you've got like that, just to add to that cultist thing, you've got a bunch of tentacles. Now these come from, you can actually start to see it here, poke out, because it is very hard to do. But these are tails. So, oh, if you have a closer look, like these tails would all originate from this part of the body, and they've made them sink down here and then just come out. And this is where it's super important to get the, go into the advanced details, because if I go into pose and advanced, alright, you guys can't see it over on this side, but there is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tails that are coming out, and they wrap around the leg. Look at that. That's the detail you want. It comes back out here. It comes down here. It really does look octopus-like. It flings up. That's a very big trait of like tentacles. They fling up at the end. They fling up here. They fling down. They look like fucking spaghetti. They're just everywhere. So really working with the angles, because you can like do vertebrae by vertebrae on these things. It takes forever, but fuck me, the end result looks cool, doesn't it? So this is a cultist from Just Caleb 2001 on Reddit. Amazing work. Again, it is biased because I mean, like you got the colorized, like the color from the light makes it look a lot cooler. But it really is fucking amazing work. And then you can even... Oh, gone too far. You can even see down here, with the feet, the colorization darker in the nails, the decrepit feet, still keeping the synchronicity with the decal. And the decal is also the same color as the tentacles as well, which sort of gives a nod to sort of maybe who they're specifically following. How fucking cool is that, guys? I'm gonna go grab dinner. I'll try to be back before you finish. Have a good stream. Reese, take care, man. I know you're an hour ahead. Hope you have an amazing dinner, man. Hope to see you. This stream normally finishes at 9:30. I hope you can make it, but if you don't, have an amazing night, man. Thank you so much for streaming in. So that's the cultist. How cool is that? I fucking love that. Alright, let's jump into the next one. Hopefully this doesn't traumatize too many people from recent events. I know it hit me a little bit hard. Just a little bit. He's loading up. If you can see him in the background, how menacing does he look in that background? Just loading in. This is Green Goblin by Nuclear, N-U-K-L-E-R 72. Nuclear 72 with the Green Goblin coming in. I mean, what the fuck, right? Holy shit. You see the arrow up there, I think that's the direction of the lighting. And you can see that they've worked with like dark oranges that hit the front here. That bounce off the armor. How fucking amazing is that? Holy shit, right? You've got all this different armor, like that classic armor that we've all been implementing into our miniatures. Literally, what the fuck, right? Okay, so you've got to ignore the lighting. The lighting is super cool, but you got to ignore it because it makes it look that much cooler. You see the orange hits here, which emphasizes the bombs. It emphasizes the green. You've got purple on the belt here. You've got like this hunched over look here, so you can see that menacing bad posture hunch. You've got the clavicle up, which makes the armor pop up here. You know, you've got those ooh, hang on now. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's got multiple arms here. Yeah, have a look. Have a look here. See, there's that collision in here. I'm pretty sure he's got multiple arms to wear multiple arm pieces. And then he probably, while he has this monster hand holding the bomb, he probably has another hand just like clenched fist or something to hide it. So that's how you get like that overlaid. See how, because look, he's got one piece of armor that's jagged down, but then he's got another piece of armor that has those classic Green Goblin spikes. Fucking amazing, right? Hints of the purple again that's in here with a darker purple. See, that's another thing that you can really do is have a purple feature or whatever color you want for a feature, and have a darker tone as well for some leathers. Looks like he's just got one set of legs. No, maybe two. Maybe two sets of legs, because look at that armor again. One frontal piece, one back piece as well to give that cut. And then he's got that boot coming up as well. Slightly different, you know, you got the metallic knee, which is different to the metal here, but then he's leather up here, right? So you got like those leather pants. The way he's hunched over is so menacing like, fucking insane. A Green Goblin cape, sorry. And then up here in the face. So, okay, wow. There is a lot of questions here on how he did this. I'll try break down how he did it, but at a face value, I have no idea. But that just looks like a big nose. Like that isn't an additional mask. That's just a big ass nose from like an orc. Then he's got the goggles, which you can implement, and that just looks like a mask you can implement. But he's got something underneath his chin that I just can't figure out what that is. And then it looks like he's got one of the newer hats on, mixed with... these are horns, just coloured in. His ears, like elf ears, coloured in. And then it looks like he's got some additional horns here as well on the side that he's made a part of, like the hood, almost like a part of his armor. That's fucking insane, right? And he's really utilized the glow effect, which I think really just works really well with the current lighting. How the lighting is darker, all these pop out really well, and you've even got a really nice texture here. Bro, we've got some bots spamming in the chat. Let's hit it up in the... These bots are looking for them gold pieces. They're not here, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. We don't have any here. I have to figure out a way to disable those kind of bots because my Streamlabs hasn't picked them up as bots. They always do like a little type and then a dot and then a type. Get them out of here! Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. I wonder how much time it would take to create something like this. Look, I think if you're doing it from like... I would, like any artist, I reckon you have a reference and you use the tools, you know, like it's a skill. Shout out to all the bots supporting the stream, absolutely. trying to sneak them gold pieces. It takes time, for sure. I think like a good sit down session, you know what I mean? And look at this as well, like the finer detail is like stuff like this. Getting a small pouch and putting it right there as well on the leg. That might actually just be a part of the leg accessory that was given to him using these pants. I'm not too sure. But I think once you've got your like colors set out, I mean, again, I keep stressing this, like it looks really cool because of the lighting that's shooting down on it. But it's just like having a reference, which is obviously this is the new Spider-Man. And then just being smart about it. Because, yeah, look, so that is an armor plating, a shoulder plating, sorry, I should say, that is different to that. So obviously that is 2 arms. I think, again, like something like this, I think, this is bold assumption, but I think when creating something like this, I feel like they already have a vision of what they're going to do. They're like, oh, I have to have 2 arms here, I need to have 2 legs. I'm going to probably have horns and stuff. They would probably do the pose so they can get the arms, but really like any canvas, it's about starting with your skeleton and then moving up. So they probably started with the first layer and going, okay, this is all the purple shit, and then they're like, okay, let's add another arm and place it so it doesn't interfere with all the other shit. Where do I have to paint green? Where do I have to paint purple? Where do I have to paint, you know, silver or something like that? That's amazing. I'm going to quickly go into the pose and then advanced pose because you get to see a lot of things. I'm going to go into gear. Okay, so yes, this is the Indomitable Samurai, which is only available. You can just see that on your stream. That's just for pro users. So again, they have some pretty cool stuff that you can't access unless you have pro, but it is in early access. So, you know, pro people get early access stuff, so that might be coming to us soon. For eyes, they've got the Blast Shield Inventor gloves. Sorry, goggles, not gloves. I think they're new as well. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Like, if you go to pose and you go to advanced, he's got some horns, some shoulder pads, nothing too dramatic. And I'm sorry, can I just blow your fucking mind for a second? I'm not too sure how he's done this, but at least from what it's telling me, he doesn't have another set of arms or legs. So I'm a little confused. If he doesn't have another set of arms or legs, then how is he got like this? My theory is because he's using Pro, instead of having additional body parts, he's got a second person. And that second person is residing inside of him in the exact same position, which gives him the opportunity to, like, wear multiple stuff and it just looks like one person. That's my theory. Because I know you can have a second person. And you can have a second person on these dimensions as well. So I'm going to assume that's what's been done there. Wow. Guys, let's jump into the last one. That's pretty incredible. We're finishing off with a robot! With a pretty cool robot. One, at least, I think I know how it was made more so. But check this guy out! That's a friendly robot! Just a wandering robot. Let's go into pose, let's go into advanced. Now this guy has a lot more going for him. It's Seb! Bruh, these clockwork guys. Oh, I see what's been done here. Okay, let me just Control Z that. Okay. Wow. This guy has a lot going on for him. So let's just start. First of all, when you're creating like a robot, even when you're creating something like Broxy, yeah, it's important to have like a bigger torso than bottom, because it really shows that sort of like it looks very different. The colors here are great. He does have multiple arms, so I assume that's how some things are being achieved. So essentially, if you look closely, this is a tortoise head, and on top he's wearing a hat. And then using that hat, he has alien eyes popping out of the head, which is what you can do. And now they're popping out of here, which makes that look like the head itself, and that's just an extension. As you saw, I was fiddling with this ring just down here. It looks like he's used one of the extra arms to hold a ring, because I'm going to tilt that for you. See how that ring comes up and over? So that right there is a halo ring for your head. But what he's done is he's shifted it downwards and put it through the body at an angle like so, to make it just look like an additional part, which is pretty smart. Like that, look at that. That's pretty amazing. What else do we have? We got these power cells. So it looks like he's holding, this is like a lantern power cell, but he's rotated it like this. So that's the robot arm, and he's rotated it to make it look like that's just a part of the robot. Pretty neat, right? That's a pretty simple trick. These are some high-heeled boots. He's just holding a hammer as well. He's got a nice little horn coming up here to give some like a unique touch to it as well. I can scale that to show you what that would look like. That's pretty much it. And then behind here, he's got two. He's got a backpack. Which is pretty cool. And then he's got two crossbows as well, which sort of adds to his unique feature. Now, I'm going to play with these arms. I'm curious to know where these arms are. Oh, check that out. So, of course, these arms are already holding... So, I lie. He only has one additional arm, and it's this right arm. So, this is already holding the battery. So, he's just colored it the same scheme, and then tilt it back down. Fits right in like that. You can get it pretty perfect. I've moved it away from where it was perfect, but you can get it pretty perfect, so it looks like it's a part of it. Pretty fucking cool, hey? Oops. Ruined. But that's pretty simple there. One horn, oh, where's this? Oh, check that out. So that is also, it's like a little Teletubby horn. Like a little, one of the Teletubby things. And it looks like he's just rotated that at the top to make it look like a bit of a cog. Or like a little headpiece there. To really give an extra more detail to the helmet as well. Super smart. And I really like the playing with color here, like the different metals. You know, there's a thermality, you know, of the bronze, the reds, but then you've got like darker ones here, but then you've got like these really light areas here to show like resources like fluids and stuff like that, which is something to always keep an eye out for. That's amazing. That's pretty awesome. So this robot is made by SolarSimonDM. Amazing work. He's got a nice little whip on the side as well. He's sassy. He is sassy. I love it. I love Grogu. He's just been... I say he's been chilling here like he has a choice. But he's just chilling, watching everyone. Wow. Guys, holy shit. It's, that's HeroForge reviews. That was pretty fun, right? Let's jump back to our guys on the casting chair. The webcam is a little bit hostage situation with Grogu. He's fine. It's like one of those TikToks where it's like, nod your head once if you're in danger, and he's just like, yeah, wow. Okay, chat box should be working. Yeah, guys, holy shit, that was fun. So, like, not surprisingly, but it's like, wow, like, it's some amazing submissions. I agree, holy shit, some amazing submissions coming through on HeroForge. Like, it's really nice. I know, like, personally, I fucking pour my heart and soul into a lot of the stuff I do. Like, just constantly staring at the screen and just being like, I'll tell you what, this, I think I should be able to show you. Let's jump back to our guys on the deck. So let me show you here. This is what... Right! That's what this does. That's why I want to stream. The inspiration. Okay, Boomer, you can thank all the people in the chat that have submitted some amazing stuff. Like, it's fucking incredible. I wanted to go get myself a glass of water. I've been streaming for 2 hours, and I've been wanting to get myself a drink, but I've just been too excited by all these, and my throat is like drying up. It's killing me. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys something. And this is what I mean by, you know, constantly working on something. So originally, when I did Barbados for the current campaign that I'm in, Shadow Boys, this is what Barbados looked like, except the eyes. The eyes were pretty much pitch black. So I worked on it, and I was pretty happy with this. I was like, yeah, this is pretty good, right? What I really... Go get water. Bro, the stream's ending in like 4 minutes. I'll drink some water. I will. I really would like these streams to be longer. I'll have to find... I think, here's what I'm looking to do. Saturday, I'm looking at starting my streams earlier. That will be a lot more Animal Crossing content. If I'm doing a playthrough of a game, it's going to get a lot more through it, which is going to be amazing. So Saturdays, I might try start at somewhere like maybe 5:30, 6:30. It's like 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. Like, I don't know, give some more time, right? And then Sundays, depending, I'll probably still stick to 7:30, or maybe a little bit early if we don't have D&D. But gotta commit. So this was the early iteration of Barbados, if you haven't seen, and I was pretty happy with him. What I was mainly trying to focus on is just the texture and decal of his face, given that he is an Earth Ganassi. But once I kept looking at him, and I was like, come on. Like, it just kept wanting to add to him, and eventually I did. I changed this around a bit. Did that even change? I swear I picked Barbados. Here we go. So I changed them up to give him more of a desert feel, to work with the colors of olive. A man who can... Why you gotta be like that, man? Why you gotta be like that? A man who can handle himself. Yes. Absolutely. For those who don't know, as I wanted to make such an amazing impression to the DJS guild, the beautiful campaign that I was joining, I wanted to prove myself that I can hold on to my own. I was like, I'm a druid. I've got amazing spells that I can sling in danger, and I can wild shape, so you know that HP can go down and then my HP can go down. So I was like, yeah, I can handle myself. First combat. I'm trying to suss out what kind of damage I need to do. There are a lot of civilians around, so I can't fling a lot of my spells because a lot of them are huge AoE. And I get stabbed in the chest. Flat out. No double attack, just straight sword in the chest. I fucking die. Go down. Like that. A man who 5 minutes earlier was like, I can handle myself, guys. Don't worry, if we're in combat, just watch. I fucking went down. Ton of bricks. I'll never be let go. So now I try to be a little bit more humble with my characters. I'm like, can I handle myself? We'll see. Because that shit is karma. But this is Barbados now. And I bet you I'll come back to him and I'll work more on him. You know what I mean? But that's what I meant by like constantly working on stuff. Constantly coming back and touching upon things. Especially the arms. I like the idea that he's sort of like almost like earthbending, like he's pulling up the rock that he's on. I like that. And because he's like my main character, that's why I've put him on this pedestal and not having that full black bottom that I would normally have. Because I think if you're going to print a miniature, fucking go all out. Well, if you're going to get it printed, like made for you and like printed, I would say don't do this. I mean, you can fucking do whatever you want, but if you have like Tabletop Simulator or something, fucking go all out. Put whatever the fuck you want. Looks fucking cool. Makes us have to dig deeper on our own characters. Guys, HeroForge is just a website. Jump on it. Keep revamping characters and revamping until you get to that sweet spot. I think Barbados is in a place now where I would happily print him off. I'm really happy that I got Kalile to a place where I was happy to print him off, because Jaden, the beautiful motherfucker, was like, yeah, I'm going to get him onto the tabletop. And I was like, oh, is he good enough? And I was like, actually, I've got him at a spot where I do appreciate, like, I do like where he is at the moment. Yeah. There's a whole lot more to share here, a whole lot more that I need to do. I need to paint Psych. We didn't even get to Grappos today. I'm so sorry if you are hankering for Grappos. We will create them, I promise. That will have to be next week, but it gives us something to do, it gives us something to look forward to, which is amazing. Hopefully by next week, I'm going to try to pour a lot of time into fixing a few things. Guys, if like the chat was weird and small, I'll fix the point things. But if the chat was unreadable, because I know even now I'm looking at it and I'm like, that looks hard to distinguish, especially when I'm on this, right? I'm going to need to make the chat a different color or something, at least better, right? Let's just throw it over to our casters for a sec. I've been watching too much of the Halo Infinite esports, the professional league, and just the transition looks so typical. I'll try get myself a nice camera because it looks good now, but if I move around too much and the light is there, and then the only light I'm really getting is from my computer and not from, I need like a light, oh my god, what the fuck, my arm, I need like a nice light. Hi mum, it looks good now, but I think I need a better camera because it's not reliable. It's not reliable. What I would really like to get is, do it again. Down here, I got a little Game Boy and I got a little browser thing. Right now I've just got pictures of local files on there, but I would really like to put some like games and stuff on there. And I got my recent sub. That's my most recent sub. Guys, I'm like first time streamer and I'm like, look at all the things I can do. Hi. Yeah, so holy shit, today was amazing. We have some amazing submissions. We've got something to look forward to. We've got Grappos coming on in the future, which is... I'm looking forward to him. I'll hopefully be able to get a new camera. Maybe by this week, who knows, we'll have a look. I'm going to do a deep dive into everything. But if you guys watch the stream and you're thinking, hey, the chat was a little bit hard to read, the font was a little bit weird, I mean, now it's good. But like, you know, this and that, shoot me a message. Say it on stream. Shoot me a message in Discord. I'll try to create a Discord server or something. And we'll go from there. But, we'll see. You guys have been amazing. Warms my heart. You guys have been so amazing. Can I get up? Oh yeah! You can. It's free. Maybe what I might do is I might make you get gold pieces and then unlock a Hoya. Maybe 50 gold pieces is a Hoya, I reckon. Please check it next time, 100%. That feels desperate. Please check it next time. Yes, join us next time. We will be colouring in. If there are any more submissions, what I might do is have just a little segment where I look at some Reddit stuff that people have created, because there's always amazing content there if you don't already go there. So maybe I'll just look at 1 or 2 characters, get inspired, learn a thing or two with you guys, you and me, because there are some things I saw today that I'm like, wow, I need to implement, like that green goblin. Like, how do I do that? And can I do that? And then we could do it together. And fucking create shit. Grappos. Can we do some cool stuff with Grappos? That's a character that we're going to build together. So we'll do that. I know here my HeroForge streams on Sunday are a lot more entertaining. I hope you guys still can throw yourselves in on Saturday as well. That's just like general Animal Crossing gameplay. It's a little bit more relaxed, more or less just playing that game. If you don't like it, I totally understand. It's sort of just a me building game, getting all these ideas out of my head. But if it does interest you, what I'm essentially doing on there on Saturdays at the moment is I'm turning my Animal Crossing island into a D&D themed island. So trying to get a whole bunch of D&D ideas on this weird island out, building a town, building encounters, building all these different things. Still got a few ideas that I need to implement, but we got that. So if you want to check it out, please check it out. Sisters19 lol.online. Hockey Diog, thank you for joining the chat. These bots, man. They're spamming hard tonight. But guys, thank you so much. We got a lot to look forward to. I got a lot to implement and to add and to learn and to fix and to put in so you guys can get some fucking gold points. But yeah, I say if you guys are on next week and I get these gold pieces fixed, remind me in chat, because I can give out gold pieces. I can give out gold pieces. And I can give them out in chat. I'll give you all like, I don't know, something. An undisclosed amount of gold pieces is coming your way. Just you watch. Just you watch. Tune in to streaming. You stream next time. You do it. I don't want to do it. You stream next time. Tune in next time. We'll jump into getting some gold pieces for everyone as a beautiful reward. And then we'll slide into some more HeroForge. I think that sounds pretty good. Guys, I don't know how to do an outro, because I kind of don't want to leave, to be honest. You guys have been amazing. But thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Nida mola mola mola. I'll hook you up, fam. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Guys, take care. Have a fucking awesome night. And I hope you guys have had a good short rest. You've gotten some HP back. Maybe you've gotten a spell slot or 2. Grogu's definitely had a nice rest here. And yeah. Use that HP wisely. It's a weird way of saying YOLO, but take care. Alright guys, have an amazing night. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining in. We'll see you next week. Bye!